Hello my friends, and welcome to my video, probably with the best coins I've shown on video yet in one small group of about 35 coins. My name is Julius Lobin. I'm an expert enthusiast and author and dealer in ancient coins. That's my website, phone number, and email. And I recommend signing up to my free email list, and you could get this video and other videos like this right to your email inbox completely free. Alright, so let's get started. Let's get through these beautiful coins. First coin let's start with is Mende in Macedon. And this is a choice piece. It features the satyr Silenos holding the Cantharos, which is a wine cup, riding on a goat, right, with a raven to the right. And on the back, we have a square design with the Greek city legend in, pretty much the Greek city name in Greek. You know, Mende, M-E-N. This is a delta, which is a day, and Mendion, basically. It says Mendion of Mende. And if you want to find this coin or maybe other coins, search on ebay.com for this number, I69560. Write down the number or do a quick search on ebay.com. If it's not available, it's not going to show up. So these are the coins I have available at the time of the making of this film. What's cool about ancient coins like this, specifically choice rare pieces like this one, is that likely this coin may go into a collection and not be seen on the market maybe for like 25 to 50 years or even more, because coins like this make wonderful heirlooms and get passed on. So this is a very beautiful choice piece. I love it. Next, let's move on to this Alexander the Great coin. And the grade is something very unique to most Alexander the Great tetradrachms. So you see the AU star. Usually the star pretty much shows that the grader saw that this coin is of exceptional quality. On top of that, it says fine style. So AU star is likely higher than choice AU, which is higher than AU. And so you have the AU star and a fine style and the 5-5 strike surface 5-5. So this is a choice Alexander the Great tetradrachm coin. The tetradrachm coin was the largest denomination of the coins that were struck in his name. There's a whole book by I believe Martin J. Price, and the references are given to this. It says price, let's say 1506 or 1801. Those reference that reference work. So on the front we have what could be best interpreted as Alexander the Great wearing the lion's skin headdress. On the back we have Zeus holding the eagle, and to the right is Alexander's name in Greek. So moving on to this coin. Alright, so this coin is of specific biblical significance. It's of a high grade. It was struck circa 107 BC. That's the item number to search for. Also, there's an article linked below this video, so you could click that and see pictures of these coins with bigger, longer descriptions that are more significant than this one. Alright, so this coin was used in the Second Jewish Temple. The one that got destroyed around 69-70 AD at the end of the First Jewish War, which is also known as the war that ended in Masada. And these kinds of coins were used in the temple as a Jewish temple tax. Also, it is believed that this type of coin or another coin of, I believe, Ashkelon with Augustus that were circulating in the area of the time were one of the 30 pieces of silver that Judas was paid to betray Jesus Christ. Also, this was the coin that was pulled out of the fish's mouth to pay the temple tax, and so much more. Very historically significant. The reason why this coin was chosen was that it didn't feature any live person. Like many of the Greek coins of the time period, it had the Greek kings on them. Like, for example, this coin would have circulated around the area. You see the Seleucid Kingdom, and they feature the portraits of kings. This one has a Heracles Melkart description. So basically, it's not a real person. It's the personage of a person. So it's the best coin that you could use for the temple. Plus, there was supposed to be a purity of the silver, and this mint struck the coins later. The coins devolved in beauty and style. Like this one is of exceptional beauty and style. We're talking about 107 BC. But by the lifetime of Jesus Christ, these coins become smaller and cruder and more mass-produced coinage. So this is actually of a more fantastic style to enjoy of the type. Very nice. In the back we have the eagle, and it pretty much says coin of Tyre. It has the different letters around, which can allow you to attribute it to a date, which is pretty much, it says here, year 20. So somewhere here it says year 20, and that's how you know which date that is. All right, next piece is very much beauty and of important historical significance. It's none other than Julius Caesar. Dictator, hero, and somebody that has captured the imaginations of millions with, Julius Caesar by Shakespeare, with cultural references to him everywhere. And what this coin is great is that this is a lifetime issue between March and February. Ides of March was when he was assassinated. So this coin was struck between about February and March of 44 BC. Yes, this is the coin that the conspirators could have been holding in their hand, where they were finalizing final plans on the assassination, and they were like, okay, look at this guy. Okay, this guy is putting his own portrait on a coin, which was a big no-no for the time, to put a live Roman person on a portrait. Before this, the only live person on a portrait that was put on a coin of the Roman people was Flaminius, but that was put on a coin by the Greeks. That was circa 150s, 160s BC. So this was a big no-no. So you had the assassins holding a coin like this. They're like, look at this, dictator for life. He's got to get taken down. So on the front we have Julius Caesar veiled, and on the back we have Venus Victrix, Venus of Victory, and she's basically the patron goddess of Julius Caesar and his family. There's previous Roman Republican issues that have attribution to the Venus cult and temple, and how she was influential in the founding of Rome. So moving on to the next coin. So a portrait coin of Julius Caesar. This is definitely a sight to behold, especially in this fantastic condition. Moving on to this coin. So what we have here is Otho, emperor in 69 AD. All right. So what we had was a period of time after Nero committed suicide that there were several people competing for the throne. Otho was one of them. So you had Vitellius, you had Otho, and I believe you also had Galba from that time period of 69 AD. And in the end, Vespasian wound up getting the throne. So this coin, you see it says he was only emperor for, not even that 1 year. So this coin was struck during his brief reign. It has a beautiful sharp strike. Just the design, the centering is fantastic. One thing to understand is that choice pieces like this, with beautiful style, great strikes, and great centering, are much more rare than the ones that are in lesser condition. And this is a beauty and sight to behold. So this is one of those coins that's probably going to go in a collection, and I guess we'll see it maybe in another 50 years. So I don't know. It depends if you want it in your collection or not, but yeah, it's a beauty to behold. At least we have this beautiful video. And moving on to the next coin. All right. As you can tell, I like my Alexander the Great coin. So we have another Alexander the Great coin, and I believe these are lifetime issues. And usually you can tell the lifetime issues from the non-lifetime is that usually during the lifetime it's open legs. Later the legs are crossed. Okay, so we have the same usual design, and Basically, how you tell the different ones apart is that they have different mint marks to the left, below, beneath the throne, and they match the reference number in the book. That's how you could tell when they were struck approximately. So that's why I write references on all of the things. I make professional research that a lot of people don't do. They just sell the coin, but you know, the coin in its context is a lot more important. So we have another beautiful Alexander the Great coin in fantastic condition. Look at that design, look at that strike. Notice how they're all a little bit different. They had different artists making the dies. And we have Zeus the president a little bit differently. We have the forepart of a goat or a ram to the left here. Beautiful design too. Moving on to the next coin. We have this one in exceptional condition. We have a choice AU condition. And you see they're all a little bit different. I love the Alexander the Great tetradrachms because they're big silver Greek coins and are of a ruler that still captures the imagination. Well, if you guys haven't seen the movie called Alexander Uncut or the director's cut, with, I think Oliver Stone made it. Very good movie. I enjoyed it very much. The graphics are fantastic, and it's a great representation of the story. So this coin is in mint state. So mint state coins are, there's much less of mint state coins in preservations than of other grades. And this one made the cut to be a mint state coin. Look at that strike. Look at that sharpness. That is just beautiful. Look at the design. Look at that Zeus. You could see the 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever. This guy's been working out, you could tell. So this is another beautiful coin. This one is of Erythrae in Ionia. And I've never had this coin before. So I can't tell you much about it, except that it's from 480 BC. And it has some sort of guy named Erythros and a horse. So we're going to learn all about that in the description linked below. You're going to be able to learn more. I haven't listed these up yet, but they will be by the time you'll be watching this film. Okay, next, this coin is a tetradrachm of the Greek island of Kos. And we have a pretty good grade. We have Hercules on the front. Heracles. Heracles is the Greek version of Hercules. And on the back, we have pretty much the name of Kos in Greek, their Greek legend, and below is the Magister's or the Mint Master's name. The Greeks would put the Mint Master's name on their coinage quite often, and it was also done in the coins of the Roman Republic. Okay, so this is an interesting coin from the kingdom of the Seleucid Kingdom. And it's Antiochus II. AU is almost uncirculated, so it's just one step below MS. Well, maybe a couple steps if you count choice AU and AU stars. So what I like about this coin is that it's another tetradrachm coin, large size, beautiful centering, sharp strike, beautiful lifelike design. On the back we have Apollo seated there, holding an arrow. And that's a gorgeous, beautiful coin. Moving on. This is a beautiful coin of Antiochus III Megas. Megas means the Great. He was known as the Great because he did a lot of great things, according to history, and not everybody gets the title of the Great. We had Alexander the Great, we had Antiochus the Great, and we had Constantine the Great. So, he got to be great. Peter the Great. We have the Apollo design. Apollo is quite often used on the coinage of the Seleucid Kingdom. The Seleucid Kingdom, if you don't know this, it was a kingdom that was made after the death of Alexander the Great. After he passed on, the empire that he built up over his lifetime from 336 to 323 BC got split among his generals, one of them being the Middle Eastern kingdom of the Seleucid Kingdom. There was the kingdom of Egypt that was called the Ptolemaic Kingdom. There was the kingdom in Thrace where Lysimachus was, and there was the original Macedonian Kingdom, which got split up between all the different factions. Now, moving on to this coin. So what we have is a coin of Sulla. Sulla was a dictator before Julius Caesar. Everybody knows that Julius Caesar was a dictator. We have the great historical, play, Julius Caesar, but Sulla was a dictator before him. There was actually an uprising where they made Sulla this patrician class dictator that had to bring order back, and he wound up retiring after a certain while. He would have actually, he could have ended Julius Caesar's career in life, but some people interceded on behalf of Julius Caesar, and he said that in Julius Caesar he saw many Mariuses. Marius was the foe of Sulla. You got to read up on the history of it. So this is one of the types of Sulla. I have several here, and they're not often seen. This one is an exceptional grade. This one usually doesn't get struck as beautifully as this one is. And you have Sulla's name on the bottom. And on the back you have Imperator Iterum. So pretty much names him Imperator, which is a great title in Roman times. Moving on to the next coin of Sulla. This one is not often seen either. And we have Denarius, 82 BC, anonymous issue, Venus and Cornucopia. That's a beautiful coin. Moving on, Cornucopia, the horn of plenty. It symbolized abundance and I believe also maybe fertility of the land, all the good stuff. So the Romans, I would say, were not necessarily worshipping specific gods and goddesses as but more the personifications of virtues those gods and goddesses entail. All right, just think about it like this. A lot of people want to have like a nice family, love life, and things like this. So they would pray to Aphrodite. They go off to war, they pray to Mars, the personification, I guess, of great victories in the Roman times. So moving on to this coin of Sulla too. So we have the Venus. This coin is an AU. Wow, that's a beautiful coin. Look at that. I love looking at the coin from all the different angles. Look at the way the Romans would be able to strike their coins. I think that since the Roman and Greek times, the coinage has not actually ever came back to this beauty and style. And look at that. Oh my God. So on the back of this coin, it features some trophies. Trophies were pretty much the arms that you would take from the captured soldiers. You would put them either capture them or maybe put them to death, and you take their armors and you put them on a stick, and you would have a military trophy made of their armor and weapons and helmets and things like this. So this is a gorgeous coin. I'm glad that's in a slab. Okay, moving on to the next coin. This one of Sicinius and Caponius was the mint master for what I believe is Pompey the Great's troops. So Pompey the Great and Julius Caesar had a great civil war because Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon, he broke the law, and he was declared, pretty much enemy of the state. But then Pompey the Great and his compatriots, they wound up fleeing to the east and to the west, and this is one of those types that were used to pay Pompey the Great's troops, at least to the best of my memory. So we have on the front we have Apollo, and on the back we have the club with the Hercules headdress, the Hercules lion skin that he got off the Nemean lion. That's a beautiful coin, beautiful sharp strike, beautiful design. Next. Oh yeah. So this is a very popular type. So this is one of those coins that I guess maybe we'll see in another 50 years. Beautiful coin. That's a gorgeous coin. Look at that elephant. It's a juicy elephant. This elephant you want to own as a pet. That's a very high choice AU. That's pretty much almost mint state. And the elephant type is very popular with Julius Caesar. There were actually two variations of the elephant type. There was this elephant, and then there was the next one that we're going to see. A little bit stylistically different, but pretty much the same design. The back is the design of the sacrificial implements of the Pontifex Maximus. Pontifex Maximus was the pretty much the great priest of the Roman religion. And incidentally, the popes actually took that name for themselves. And if you see on medals of the Vatican, it says Pont Max. So that's actually a borrowing from the Roman times, and still used to this day by the Catholic Church, which some people consider was the continuation of the Western Roman Empire, but that's a more of a philosophical debate. So 69,583. Okay, so this coin is an AU, a little bit lower grade than the last one, but look at that elephant. This one is kind of cute. This one is more like a sweet one. This looks like more like a baby elephant. The other one looks like a full-grown mom elephant. So this is an awesome elephant. He's trampling the serpent, and it says Caesar on the bottom. We have the sacrificial implements. This one actually has a nicer reverse design than the last one, but the other one has a nicer elephant, but both are nice. I mean, this is a juicy elephant. I love this elephant. No, heck, these are awesome pets. Okay, moving on to this coin. Okay, we have another Julius Caesar. We have a Julius Caesar Bonanza. We have the portraits. We have this one. So we have this one from 48 BC with the Gallic trophy. So it is attributed to Caesar's victories in Gaul. So we have on the front, we have a female head. Possibly I could attribute it to Venus. And in the back, we have that trophy. Remember, I was talking about the trophies? And it says, Kaiser, Caesar. Render unto Caesar all that is Caesar's. Okay, moving on to the next coin. This coin is kind of interesting. So, Julius Caesar, Averse, Venus, Reverse, Aeneas, and Jesus. Okay, so here's the deal. Julius Caesar family claimed descent from Venus herself. So, remember the judgment of Paris. So, who's the fairest of them all? So, we had Venus, which was the Greek Aphrodite, and Paris picked Venus, or Aphrodite, and he got the most beautiful woman in the world. And then you had the Trojan War. So, the Trojan War ended with Troy burning, and some people escaping out of Troy, which was Anchises. I believe Anchises, Aeneas, and Aeneas escaping with the Palladium. The Palladium was a great statue of great honor that was escaped with from Troy. The Romans claimed they're also descent from the Trojans, that they came in the ancient times. So here's the guy, Aeneas. He's carrying his father Anchises and carrying the Palladium out of the burning city to go found Rome. And the Palladium is featured in other coins. So this coin specifically claims that descent to that founding story that attributes his family to Venus herself. So very interesting coin, very important, and we have another Julius Caesar. I love my Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great coins, and so do a lot of people. That's why they're always in demand, and people love them completely. Okay, so this is another one of the coins from the Roman Civil War between Pompey the Great and Julius Caesar, who crossed the Rubicon and all that good stuff. And this coin is of Pompey Jr. So this was struck in Spain. So that was where one of the Pompeian factions went, and Pompey Jr. went there, and the back actually talks about something about like Roma coming for help from Spain. Look for more information on the thing, because it's been a little while since I had this coin tab before. Also, especially, I never had it in such fantastic, beautiful, amazing condition. So 46 BC. And next, this type. Oh, this is a super rare coin from 43 BC of Octavian, who later was known as Augustus, the first Roman emperor. So, from the time that Julius Caesar got stabbed in the back by, 40 senators, and then Brutus had 2 Brutae, we had a period of time where there was a consolidation. We had the second triumvirate. So 44 BC to 27 BC, we had a time period called also Roman Imperatorial. Also could be considered from the time of Sulla, which is the 80s BC. But look at this. This is like a year after Julius Caesar got killed. And this was Gaul or Italy. And this is the young head of Octavian on the front. He names himself Caesar, because he was the adopted son of Julius Caesar. You got to adopt his name when you got adopted, which was awesome. So he became the new Caesar, and he, of course, capitalized on Caesar's popularity and people's love for him in Rome. And on the back is an equestrian statue of Augustus on a horse. That's a beautiful piece. This one doesn't usually come in such fantastic condition. This is a choice piece to own rare, beautiful, and amazing. I just love it. Okay, moving on to the next coin. This coin is actually pretty rare. I never had this coin before. I have to admit, this coin is of Julius Caesar. Gaius was one of the people that Augustus was grooming for to be the next emperor. You know, there was Gaius, there was Lucius, there was several other people that, if you watch the film I, Claudius, I think you could watch it on YouTube for free, I, Claudius, and pretty much he met an early death, I don't know, probably by the time he was 15 or 17. So, yeah. Some people believe it was Livia wanting her son Tiberius, who did become emperor eventually, to be put on the throne by clearing away the line. So, yeah, I, Claudius is a good film about that. You know, there's historians like Gibbon that wrote about the stuff. There's also there's a ton of different historians. I still have to go through a lot of the books myself. So moving on to Agrippina Senior. So perhaps she was the mother of Claudius. I can't tell you 100% off the bat. I have to do some more research. But if you look at the article below, or look at the coin, or search for it on eBay if I still have it, you'll find out. So Tertius, she was historically significant and one of the mothers to everybody. And we have so a beautiful Roman coin from 33 AD. Moving on to this coin. This coin is of Philip II, and it's of an extremely fantastic grade. I love fantastic coins like this, where the strike is just super sharp, super amazing. The centering is great. The style, the artistry is beautiful. I consider ancient coins as art of the ancient world in miniature. And like you could put this in your pocket. Especially these slabs are pretty awesome. So NGC is a third-party authentication company. You see, like they have this NGC coin slash. Where's the thing that says verify? Okay, so basically you could go on NGCCoin.com, type in this number. They have a picture of this exact coin there and all this stuff, so you could always double check that it's the right coin in the slab. And this one apparently is hermetically sealed, so there's not going to be any darkening of the coin. Plus, you don't fear if like somebody got some oils in your hand, especially with a shiny coin like this. Anyways, moving on to this coin. This is a super rare coin of Magna Urbica. I've been putting together an excellent selection of these in my store. This is an excellent sharp strike, great centering, the reverse design of Venus. She's super rare. I think she's the wife of Carinus or Carus or one of those. So she's one of the rare wives, and she's an important for those people that collect the rare types. So moving on to this one, Magnus Maximus. Now that's a cool name. Do you want to just own this coin because Magnus Maximus? I mean, like, why do you own this coin? Because Maximus. No, that's it, Maximus. I like my Maximus. Okay, so we have the portrait. So we have a later Roman Empire coin, and most of the coins during this time were bronzes, and the silver was struck much less. I believe the silver was struck more for like paying troops and such, and because this is like real money value instead of just silver coated bronzes. So this one, look at that sharp strike, the details, the designs. I think Rome is seated in the back. And so we have the Western Roman Empire, and we have another Western Roman Empire. This is the last coin of the pictures of the video, but not the least one. So this is a gold coin. It's called the Seleucus. Before a certain time period, they were called aureus. So they changed around the weights and denominations a little bit, but so the Seleucus coins were the later half of the Roman Empire, and the aureus coins were earlier. So we have this coin in gold, we have an AU coin, and in the back we have, what do we have here? Victoria Augustus. So we have the emperor holding the labarum, trampling a captive, holding the victory. Okay, so goddess of victory, which was originally Nike. She became Victoria in the Roman times. She was crowned the victorious emperor, and then later the Christians adopted her as the Christian angel, the iconography. what he's holding here, you can't really see the symbol, but the labarum is basically a standard hold with the Jesus Christ symbol on it. It heralds from the time of Constantine the Great, when Constantine had the vision of hoc signo victor eris. Pretty much God saying that by this sign you shall conquer. He had this vision in the sun and put the Christian symbol of the Cairo or the cross onto his shield, and wound up winning a great victory. And to this day, you know, Constantine the Great is also known as Saint Constantine. So beautiful iconography here, and it just significantly beautiful coin, great grade. This is very transparent. That's why I like the coins in these slabs. People really enjoy these, that they were third-party authenticated. You still want to deal with reputable dealers, of course, but when you have slabs like this, it makes things much easier for everybody. The grade is transparent and all that good stuff. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really liked the video, more videos like this, thumb it up, subscribe, go to my website, TrustedCoins.com, site at TrustedCoins.com, visit my eBay store, and you'll be able to find a lot more great coins and videos like this. See you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.